You can be having a perfectly good day, content with your life, at peace with where you are. And then you open your phone, scroll for 90 seconds, and arrive somewhere quietly worse off. Someone you barely know just bought a house. Someone from school is somewhere beautiful. Someone your age has achieved the thing you have not. Nothing in your actual life has changed in those 90 seconds. But something in how you feel about it has. That small, sour shift is one of the most reliable thieves of human happiness, and most of us hand it the keys 100 times a day. The instinct behind it is ancient and not your fault. A psychologist named Leon Festinger described what he called social comparison, the deep human tendency to figure out our own worth by measuring ourselves against the people around us. We do not assess our lives in absolute terms. We assess them relative to others. Am I doing well? The mind cannot answer that without immediately asking, compared to whom? For most of human history, this had natural limits. You compared yourself to the few dozen people in your village, your tribe, your immediate world. Some you outdid, some outdid you, and the picture stayed roughly balanced and human-sized. The instinct evolved for a small, knowable group where tracking your standing genuinely helped you survive and cooperate. Now consider what we have done to that ancient instinct. You no longer compare yourself to a few dozen people. You compare yourself to a constant, scrolling, global stream of every person at the single best moment of their entire life. The promotion, the wedding, the view, the triumph. You are not seeing their lives. You are seeing the trailer, the highlight reel, edited and filtered and chosen precisely to look like more than it is. And here is the cruel asymmetry at the heart of it. You compare the full, unedited reality of your own life, including all the boredom and doubt and the parts no one sees, against the curated outsides of everyone else. You know your own backstage. You only ever see their stage. It is the least fair comparison imaginable, and you run it, silently, dozens of times a day, and somehow conclude that you are the one falling behind. There is an old line, often attributed to Theodore Roosevelt, that comparison is the thief of joy. What is striking is how mechanical the theft actually is. The exact same life, the same house, the same job, the same body, can feel like abundance or like failure depending entirely on what you place it next to. Nothing about the thing itself changes. Only the comparison does, which means the joy was never really about the thing. It was about the measuring. It connects to something deeper, a treadmill we have walked before. We adapt to whatever we have, and our sense of normal quietly rises to meet it. So each time you reach the level you are envying, the envy does not stop. It simply finds a new, higher target. There is always someone further ahead. The comparison can never be won, because the moment you arrive, the standard moves. You are running a race with no finish line, against opponents who are mostly illusions. So, what do you actually do, given that the instinct itself cannot simply be switched off? The first move is to notice the asymmetry in the act, to remember every time you scroll that you are comparing your inside to someone else's outside. That awareness alone drains much of the poison. The highlight reel loses its power the moment you remember it is a highlight reel. The second move is to change what you compare yourself to. There is exactly one comparison that is fair, and one that actually helps you grow. Not you against them, but you against the person you used to be. Are you kinder than you were 5 years ago? Wiser? Calmer? More honest? That is a race you can genuinely run, because you have the full picture of both runners, and because winning it actually improves your life instead of just rearranging your anxiety. And the third move is the quietest and connects to something we have said before. The antidote to comparison is attention to your own actual life, the real texture of it, the people in it, the small good things that the scrolling makes invisible. You cannot feel grateful for your life and envious of someone else's in the same moment. The two cannot occupy the same breath. Presence is what comparison steals, and presence is what dissolves it. None of this means ambition is bad, or that you should never look at anyone else and feel the pull to grow. Inspiration is real. But there is a clean line between being inspired by someone and being diminished by them, and the feed is engineered to keep you on the wrong side of it because your quiet dissatisfaction is profitable to somebody. Knowing that is itself a small act of freedom. So the next time you finish scrolling and notice that your own life has somehow shrunk in your estimation, stop and see exactly what just happened. You did not lose anything. You just measured your whole reality against someone's edited highlight and forgot to. The life you had 90 seconds ago is still there, unchanged, waiting for you to come back and actually live in it. If this gave you something to sit with, that is what this channel is for. Small shifts in how you see your own life. I will see you in the next one.